around. It fixed everything. Every time I have like an injury, I get stem cells on it. It's
How many times have you gotten
remarkable.
stem cells?
A gang of times.
Really?
Yeah, dozens.
And you swear by it?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Huh.
Yeah, everybody does. All the elite athletes I know, all the jiu-jitsu guys, Gordon Ryan. Gordon Ryan had something wrong with his shoulder. He got shotted into his shoulder and it fixed his neck.
Really?
Yeah, he had a problem with his neck for over a year, and it went away after putting stem cells in his shoulder. They literally find where the injuries are, and it gravitates towards them and it helps you heal.
That's wild.
Yeah, between that and BPC 157, which
What
is
is that?
body protecting compound 157, I think it's called. It's a peptide.
That's body protecting compound sounds like a complete marketing thing.
It does. Sounds
This
so
is a body
fake.
protecting compound.
It's like Huberman.
inner armor.
Yeah.
It's an exoskeleton. Just take it. Don't ask questions.
It's made out of spider skin.
Yeah. The problem is I don't know. Like I told you, I called you. I call you up and I'm like, dude, supplements work.
Duh.
You're like, hey, fucko. I've been saying that since I was 35.
Yeah, you fell into this. All you need is a good diet thing. Well, because they'll teach you that.
Well, I talked to doctors. When I did my podcast, I had
problem
guys who were like, no, I don't do it. People who worked at Harvard, I was like, do you take supplements? I don't. But then you look at them and you're like, well, but you're not, you don't do any sports.
You got to talk to a doctor that's jacked, like Huberman.
Yeah. Jack
Talk to that guy. Jack scientist.
Lane Norton.
Yeah,
Huberman,
Lane Norton.
Andy Galpin.
Andy Galpin.
Yep. Dan Garner, all those guys.
Scientists that are fit.
Yeah.
Talk to those guys.
Yeah.
They'll all tell you supplements are valuable.
Yes. Well, I had them look under my hood, that Rapid Health at Dan Garner, Andy Galpin. And then they just prescribed me just some stuff. Not a lot of stuff. Like, just like a multivitamin. CQ10.
Right.
Tonkat Ali brings your testosterone up a little bit. I got a story about this.
You don't need that.
I got a story about this. No, I don't need that, by the way. My testosterone was 700. But
That's good.
But my estrogen levels were at like 37.
You're a bitch.
I'm a bitch. No, this is good. So I have to make a speech at my friend's wedding. I don't know what's going on with me, but I'm getting a little. I'm looking in the mirror and I'm getting, for the first time in my life, a little soft around the old hips in the back, and I'm like, all right, I'm getting older,
It's
but
diet.
this can't be. This can't be.
That's just diet.
No.
No,
Hold.
it's not?
Oh, there's a twist.
Okay.
Then I'm with my wife and I'm crying over shit I see in a scene in a rom-com or a fucking commercial. And I'm not kidding. I'm dead behind the eyes. You've known me a long time. I'm not a very emotional. I'm certainly not going to share my emotions with you, but I'm bursting into tears.
At a commercial?
Now hold, please. Yeah. Now
An antidepressant commercial.
I got to make a speech at my boy Tarek's wedding. And
you're all emotional. Well, that's probably part of why you were emotional. Your friend was getting married.
I get emotional at weddings. I'll admit that. Okay, I love it. And my friend's getting married. His mother's an Afghan refugee. I know she went through a lot of stuff. So it's an emotional time. But I'm there to be funny and make a speech. That's what I'm there for. It's a festive moment. I couldn't get through the speech, sir.
You were crying?
In the middle of it, I started crying so hard. I started crying that I couldn't finish the speech. And I couldn't get it together.
Oh
so
my
I thought
God.
something's wrong. Well,
Why is it
I was taking
that men
I know.
have to think that? Oh, you're taking Propecia.
I was taking Propecia.
Yeah,
And
that's
I was
not good.
taking Propecia, and it was raising my estrogen levels, and it was binding my testosterone up.
There's topical stuff that you can use to keep whatever fucking chemotherapy hair you have
bro,
left
listen,
on the top of your head.
Bro, I'm going bald. I don't give a fuck. I'm not going to be bursting into tears.
Good for you.
Right?
Listen, man, I love being bald. I really do. If I could grow a full head of hair, I would 100% shave my head.
You would?
I'd let it grow stubbly.
Yeah.
But then I'd shave it again. It stops you from having to have any uncomfortable conversations with barbers. Oh my God.
Just
You
take
get
a little
stuck.
off here.
Well, sometimes they'll tell you a story and then they're holding the scissors. And then I told that motherfucker, and you're like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Please cut my hair.
Yeah.
Don't just fucking kidnap me and force
And gossip
hijack
with me?
and force me to listen to this story that has no ending about someone who disrespected you at work. Like, oh no.
Do you know what I have?
can't do
I have a
this.
weird thing where if you clip scissors near my ear, I start getting a tickly sensation in my back, and I start to twitch.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's
From
really
when you were a
very
kid,
weird.
maybe, or something?
I don't know. It's just it's a nerve thing. I start to feel like
Interesting.
it's like when somebody blows in your ears and you're like, "Ee," like that.
I haven't had a haircut in like 12 years.
Yeah.
I just go.
Yeah.
I keep one here too. Like if I need a little touch up, I just fucking.
Yeah. I cut my own hair.
Yeah, looks like it.
I know.
Do you have a Flowbee?
Somebody took a picture of me. Somebody took a picture of me. I was with my kid, and they took a picture of my profile, and literally on the plane on the way here. And I looked at my profile, and I texted my wife. I go, listen, I know I'm very ugly, just so you know. I don't know how you went from, she dated like a black professional athlete. I was like, you went from chocolate and jacked to medium, narrow, gray, and wrinkled. And I don't get it. It was just.
Stop thinking about yourself.
I know.
That's the problem. Think about life.
No,
Don't be thinking about
you
yourself.
got to be nice to yourself.
Sure.
And I'm not good at that.
Oh, okay.
But you got to learn how to talk. You got to learn how to tell it. Be truthful all the way across the board, but with yourself, and then be nice to yourself, man.
It's one of the reasons why I work out so hard. Because when I work out really hard, I have respect for myself.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
If you force yourself to do something, for that day, I know I'm not a lazy piece of shit. For that day, I know I'm focused. For that day, when I'm done, I'm like, I know who I am. I get shit done.
That's exactly my philosophy on all that sort of self-restraint and discipline is that every time you do something like that, it's a victory. Mm-hmm. Every time you don't do it, it's a defeat. And in my opinion, you get weaker. It's not about getting your body stronger and, we're all flesh and blood. You can take me out with fucking, a knife. Yeah. It's more about the fact that no matter what's going on in my life, I show up.
I think mental resilience is like cardiovascular fitness. I think you have to work on it all the time.
100. And it never ends.
And I think that's the same with comedy. I know that's the same with archery. I know that's the same with playing pool. I know that's the same with jiu-jitsu. It's one of those things where these are all perishable skills, and I think mental resilience is a perishable skill.
It is, and it's perishable minute by minute.
Yes.
And you can never let off. It's like, you get to a point in your life where maybe you have a bunch of goals and you scratch them off. In some ways, most lost I was at 50. I think I'd kind of like, I drew a line through a lot of the things I came to LA to do, and what I realized was that I'm not made to just. You need a challenge, but more importantly, I think there's something that you gain from the idea that. Anything that happens to you, I don't care, especially bad things, especially discomfort, especially something new, especially something that's painful or creates anxiety or just the unknown. I think that is all of those things can truly be looked at as good.